Hi, welcome back to English Unbound. I am Bevin.
And I am Anna.
Today we are talking about something that happens before you speak.
Inside your head.
Yes, you want to say something in English.
But first, your brain makes a sentence in your first language.
Then you try to translate every word.
Then one word is missing.
Then the grammar feels strange.
Then the person is waiting.
And suddenly, one small sentence feels like a math exam.
Mm, that is too real. I can feel my brain opening too many tabs.
Too many tabs is clear. I can hear the stress in that.
One tab says, "What is the word?" Another tab says, "Is the grammar right?" Another tab says, "Please answer now."
And none of those tabs helps you speak calmly.
No, I just freeze a little.
So today is not about thinking in perfect English all day.
Thank you. That sounds impossible before breakfast.
It is about something much smaller.
Smaller sounds safer.
How can you start with one small English thought before word-by-word translation takes over?
One small English thought.
Right. Not the whole sentence in perfect English, not your whole opinion, just one starting point.
Like what I need or what I feel.
Yes, or the main idea.
That sounds possible. Still a little scary, but possible.
Today we will use 4 tools.
4, not 6.
Not 6, 4 is enough.
My notebook thanks you.
Tool 1. What am I trying to say? Tool 2. The main idea is. Tool 3. Let me say it simply. Tool 4. I need or I feel. And we will put them inside real moments. A cafe, a work problem, a message, a class moment.
So, not a big language theory.
No, real English for real time.
I like that. Real English has to survive real time.
That may be our quiet line for today.
Okay, I am in a cafe.
Very normal.
I want to order coffee. This should be easy.
It should be.
But real life enjoys making easy things dramatic.
It does.
The person asks, "What can I get for you?"
And what happens inside your head?
I think in Chinese first. Then I try to translate every piece. I want something like, "I would like a coffee that is not too sweet and maybe with milk, but not too much milk, and also not too hot because I need to leave soon."
That is a lot for one nervous moment.
I know. I have not even ordered. I am already tired.
So this is where tool 1 helps.
What am I trying to say?
Right. Not how do I translate every word, just what is the real message?
The real message is coffee with milk, not too sweet.
Now say that in English.
I want a coffee with milk, not too sweet, please.
There it is.
That is much easier, and I can say it while someone is looking at me.
That matters.
It also feels less embarrassing. I am not trying to build a perfect sentence. I am just ordering coffee.
You found the need first.
Coffee, milk, not too sweet.
That is already an English thought.
Small English thinking.
Yes, small English thinking.
I want to say it again, but not as a drill, just because it feels useful.
Go ahead.
I want a coffee with milk. Not too sweet, please.
Natural, clear, enough.
Enough is a friendly word.
It is. Many learners wait for perfect. But in real life, enough is often what works. Let us stay with tool 1 for a moment.
What am I trying to say?
This question is usually silent. You ask it inside your head.
So I do not have to say it to the coffee person.
Usually, no.
Right. That would be a little dramatic.
The point is to stop the translation machine for 1 second.
Translation machine. Yes. Mine is loud.
The machine says, translate every word. But this question says, find the real message.
I can use it when I am late too.
Right. Imagine you arrive late to a meeting.
In my head, I have a whole story. The bus was slow. The rain was heavy. My phone battery was low. I could not find the room.
Too much for the first sentence.
So I ask, what am I trying to say?
And the answer?
I am sorry I am late.
Say it.
I am sorry I am late. The bus was slow.
Simple and enough.
I did not translate my whole morning.
There it is.
Another one. A friend asks, do you want to come tonight?
That connects to EU005, but the skill today is different.
Right. EULO5 was how to say no politely. Today is what happens before I speak.
Right.
I ask, what am I trying to say? Maybe the answer is, I cannot go tonight, but I want to see you another time.
Then say it simply.
I can't go tonight, but I'd love to see you another time.
That lands.
I can feel the difference. I am not translating a full Chinese sentence. I am choosing the message.
That is the skill.
Sometimes I ask, what am I trying to say? And my answer is still messy.
That is normal.
My answer is like a drawer full of socks.
A useful image.
Not a beautiful image, but useful.
Then use tool 2. The main idea is
The main idea is
it helps your brain choose one thing.
like a gentle filter.
Yes. Imagine someone asks, how was your weekend?
Dangerous question. It looks easy, but it opens a door to everything.
Sleep, shopping, family, cleaning, a movie, a headache, a walk.
My weekend becomes a documentary.
So ask. The main idea is
The main idea is I rested.
now answer.
It was quiet. I rested a lot.
That is enough for a real answer.
Not perfect, but real.
There it is. Another question. How is your new class?
The main idea is it is helpful, but a little difficult.
Say it.
It is helpful, but a little difficult. I need more practice.
That sounds like something a real learner would say.
Because it is. I would say that.
This is an important point. Your full thought can be big, but your first English sentence can be small.
My full thought is not small. My first sentence is small.
Right.
That feels respectful. I am not making my mind smaller. I am making the first step smaller.
Well said.
I had to think for that one.
And that is okay. Thinking is part of speaking. Let us move into a work or class scene.
These scenes make me nervous
Why?
because I want to sound clear. And if I translate too much, I sound less clear.
That sounds like the real pressure point.
Imagine I need to explain a file problem. My computer will not open a file before a meeting.
What is the long inside thought?
My computer suddenly cannot open the file that I need for the meeting. And I tried many times, and maybe the internet is bad. And I am worried because everyone is waiting.
That is understandable, but too heavy for the first sentence.
I can feel my shoulders going up.
So use the first two tools.
What am I trying to say?
There it is.
The main idea is I cannot open the file.
Now, tool 3.
Let me say it simply.
This phrase can be out loud. It gives you a small bridge.
Let me say it simply. I cannot open the file.
There it is. Add one detail.
I tried twice, but it still does not work.
Put it together.
Let me say it simply. I cannot open the file. I tried twice, but it still does not work.
Clear.
I like that it does not sound like, sorry, my English is bad.
Right. You are not apologizing for your English. You are helping the message become clear.
That feels much better.
And the phrase, let me say it simply, is useful because it gives you permission to choose a simple version.
I need that permission sometimes.
Many learners do.
The sentence is simple, but it changes the feeling.
Right? It changes the job from translate everything to make the message clear.
I want to try this in a more personal situation.
Go ahead.
Someone asks, "Why are you learning English?"
Big question.
Too big. Career, travel, confidence, movies, future plans, identity.
Suddenly it becomes a life speech.
Yes. And then I say nothing.
So use the bridge.
Let me say it simply. I want to feel more comfortable when I speak.
That is clear and human.
It is not my whole story, but it is true.
That is the goal.
Another one. Someone asks why I do not want to use a certain app.
That sounds like a real everyday scene.
Let me say it simply. It feels too complicated for me.
Add one small detail.
I need something easier.
And now we are entering tool 4.
I need.
Yes, I need is one of the most useful ways to start thinking in English.
Because it starts from my situation.
Right. Not from grammar, from your situation. I need a minute. I need to think. I need your email. I need to leave soon. I need a simpler example.
These are not fancy sentences, but they work.
And working matters more than sounding fancy.
I need to remember that.
Tool 4 has 2 doors.
2 doors,
I need and I feel.
need and feeling.
Yes. When your brain starts translating too much, ask, is this about a need or is this about a feeling?
That is simple. I can check that.
Example, you are in class and the teacher explained something too fast.
I feel confused.
There it is. What do you need?
I need a simpler example.
Say both.
I feel confused. I need a simpler example.
Very clear.
It feels a little direct, but not rude.
It is honest and it is useful.
Another moment, I am before a meeting.
What do you feel?
I feel nervous.
What do you need?
I need 1 minute to think.
Put it together.
I feel nervous. I need 1 minute to think.
That is real English for a real moment.
It is also kind to myself.
Right.
I notice something. These sentences are very simple,
They are,
but they do not feel childish.
because they do real work. Simple is not childish. Simple can be strong.
Simple can be strong. I like that.
That may be one of the quiet lessons today.
I want to ask something important.
Go ahead.
Is it bad if I still think in my first language sometimes?
No, not bad at all.
I'm glad, because I do.
Everyone uses the languages they have. Your first language is not the enemy.
Then what is the problem?
The problem is the pressure to translate every word before you speak.
That pressure makes me slow.
It makes many learners slow. It can also make a normal sentence feel unnatural because different languages organize ideas differently.
So the goal is not to erase my first language.
Correct. The goal is to create a small English path next to it.
A path I can use in real time.
Yes, maybe your first language helps you understand the big idea. Then English helps you say the first simple sentence.
That feels respectful.
It should. Learning English should not make you feel like you must delete part of your mind.
I want to keep that sentence.
Keep it.
And maybe this one too. Do not translate the whole forest. Choose one tree.
Right. The whole forest is your complete thought. One tree is the first English sentence.
If my thought is huge, I choose one tree.
One clear sentence.
I need more time.
I feel nervous.
The main idea is I want to try.
That is English thinking beginning to happen.
Beginning, not finished.
Right. Beginning is enough for today.
Can we keep one small extra phrase?
Yes, but only as a small support.
Not a fifth main tool.
Correct.
The phrase is, in my words.
This helps when someone says something complicated and you want to check your understanding in simple English.
So if you say thinking in English can begin with a small functional sentence instead of a full word-by-word translation,
That sounds very Bevin.
it does. I can say, in my words, I should find the simple message first.
That works.
That is not translation, it is understanding.
Yes, but we will keep this as a pocket phrase, not the main lesson.
Pocket phrase. I like that.
The main lesson is still the four-tool loop. What am I trying to say? The main idea is, let me say it simply. I need or I feel.
4 tools. My brain can hold that.
Let us bring this into one normal day.
Okay, I am walking home after an English class.
Your first thought is probably big.
Very big. The teacher, the topic, the people, my mistakes, my feelings, the homework.
Choose one small English loop.
First question, what am I trying to say?
There it is.
The main idea is the class was useful, but I felt nervous.
Now say it.
The class was useful, but I felt nervous.
Add one need.
I need more speaking practice.
Put it together like a real text message.
The class was useful, but I felt nervous. I need more speaking practice.
That could be a real message.
It could, and I did not translate every word.
You used main idea, feeling, and need.
Main idea, feeling, need.
One more daily moment. You cannot answer a message quickly.
I ask, what am I trying to say?
The main idea,
I am busy now, but I will answer later.
say it simply.
I saw your message. I am busy now, but I will reply tonight.
Natural.
This one feels very useful. I could send that today.
That is the point. The sentence should be useful this week, not only beautiful in a notebook.
Useful this week. That is a better standard.
Let us return to the cafe for one final scene.
Back to coffee. I am ready.
The person asks, "What can I get for you?"
My brain starts opening tabs.
But now you know the loop.
What am I trying to say?
Main idea,
Coffee with milk, not too sweet.
say it simply.
Coffee with milk, please. Not too sweet.
Done.
That felt almost too easy.
There it is. That is what we want. Not impressive, usable.
I think that is the biggest change. I do not need to impress the sentence. I need to use the sentence.
Right.
Wait, let me say that better. I do not need the sentence to be impressive. I need it to work.
That self-correction feels real.
Thank you. My brain only opened 2 tabs that time.
Progress. Today we practiced one small shift
From translating every word,
to finding one small English thought.
not perfect English thinking.
Small English thinking.
I can take that with me.
Let us keep the 4 tools simple. What am I trying to say? The main idea is, let me say it simply. I need or I feel.
And one small pocket phrase, in my words,
Only when you need to explain your understanding simply.
this week, choose one moment.
Maybe ordering coffee.
Maybe sending a message.
Maybe explaining a small problem.
Before you speak, ask, what am I trying to say?
Then choose one simple English thought.
You do not need to think in perfect English.
Start with one small English thought.
If you stayed with us until here, that counts. You practiced a real speaking moment.
I am Bevin. Thank you for practicing with us.
And I am Anna. Take your time, think small, and see you next time.